This video is brought to you by 9% and powered by Petty Vision Productions. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Lego! I ain't here to wake nobody up. I'm here to unplug you.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. God loves.
This video is brought to you by 9% and powered by Petty Vision Productions. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Lego! What up, though? It's the word. Hey, appreciate everybody coming through. It's gonna be a good show tonight. We're talking about the two creation stories in the Bible. We're gonna break it down. But first, let me get into the chat. Apologies. My 33 brother, Mr. Gary, busted down Brown. I think that's just you and me. I think it's just you and me. Nah, it's just you. Or probably just me. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna talk about the two creation stories in the Hebraic tradition. So, you know, I was go rap from the Vatican Bible. That's what the thumbnails is made from, but I'm gonna use a different Bible. But we're gonna break the information down. It's important to talk about this, right? I apologize. I'm sitting there drinking coffee, trying to talk to you. It's important to talk about this, right? Because oftentimes having this conversation, people mix the two stories up, and it's two different. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna just show you. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna show you. But it's differences in the stories, and people try to associate it many different ways. As you will see later, one of my favorite people on YouTube, Tay Eat, should be hitting the panel. You know, anytime I talk about religion, she want to grill me. But yeah, so we gonna go over some of that information. I'm not gonna get too deep in this. I didn't plan on really breaking down the language, but I have to show you something. All right, it's important. I have to show you something. So we will be looking at a Hebrew translation also. But I'm not going to get into the language of the text because it's deeper than what I'm even about to take you. This is just probably like 5 feet water. We about to go in, right? Just enough so we can float. I'll give you enough just so we can float. But yeah, even if it's just me and you, Gary, it'll be fun. But yeah, we're gonna go into that. So I always say two creation stories in the Bible. And it's a reason, and I'm gonna show you. By the time I get done with this, hopefully you have a unique perspective. You've gained some type of information, some type of knowledge. And this is just a simple breakdown. We ain't really going into it. We ain't gonna unearth it, but for the comment or for the average folk who never really indulged in it, it should be eye-opening. Why is my screen getting brighter and brighter? Okay, I done touched something. Give me 1 second. Yeah, let me play this real quick. This is a petty service announcement brought to you by the Word and not approved by the 9%, but I'm going to tell y'all anyway. I am about to say some things that may and will trigger some. And if it does, it's probably because you need to work on it. Now let's go. All right, let's go. So we're going to break down these two creation stories. And if you want to follow along with any text, it don't matter. We'll break it all down. I'm about that right now. You know, I'm really about that life. So we'll break it all down. But we're going to go to Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. Now I'm gonna start at 27, but I'm gonna go up and then I'm gonna go down, right? Because I want to give you context, but I want you to hear what it says. So, and then I'm gonna go to the next one, and then we go break them down, right? I want you to hear what it says, right? It says that Elohim created man in his image, and the image of the Elohim created him, male and female created them. Okay, so in this chapter right here, it's saying the Elohim, but us, the Elohim, right? Pay attention to that because I'm gonna break this. I'm gonna break some of it down for you. So, so Elohim is word for God in Hebrew. It's deeper than rap though, but that's the word for God. But it's actual plural, gods, 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 and that's important because I'm gonna take you on a ride. I'm gonna show you something. Um, so anyway, the Elohim created man in his image and his likeness of the Elohim in his likeness. He created male and female in this creation story, right? Um, now let's go up a little bit. Let's go up. Let's go up because now we understand that male and female was created right here, right? In this creation story, created them, plural, male and female, not one after another, but he created them. Bam, made them a set. You know, um, they come together, yin and yang. So in 26, and let us. I mean, I'm sorry. Oh, we gotta go higher than 26. Okay, and the earth let them bring forth the. This is 124, right? Well, let's go to 123. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. So this is the fifth day. And Elohim said, let the earth bring forth living creatures after its kind, cattle, creeping things, and beasts of the earth after its kind. And it was so. So before God made man, I want to establish this because this is important. I don't want no misconceptions. Anyway, so at this point, I'm not in the chat, so I apologize if anybody came in. Um, oh my, is this sharing? I didn't even check to see if it was sharing. But I'm telling you the verses too. So if you want to grab a book and look for yourself, or if you want to Google real quick while we talk, hold on, somebody just popped in. Hey, each y'all. What up, Nine?
Hey,
What up,
what's going
Nine?
on?
Chilling, chilling. Just taking them through the first creation story.
You just started?
Yeah, I just started. I didn't even talk about the second one yet. I messed up. I should have talked about the second one. Okay. So yeah, about the second one. You just make the screen smaller. I forgot. Okay. Now bring this forward. So hold on. Let me get to the chat. I'm not even on the chat on my phone. Miss Tracy, what up, though? Appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you. All right.
You read the what you doing? You reading the first creation?
Oh, I got this. Hold on, I got my phone going in my ear. I'm looking in the chat, but
Hey everyone.
so first I just read. Well, let me do it like this. Let me show you the first. Let me show you the two creation stories first.
Dang, it
So
just sucks. It doesn't look too good on here. But if you vertical, you can always zoom in.
yeah, you have to zoom in. But so let me. So the very first one where he created the very first verse where the Elohim. I'm telling them, pay attention to this word, Elohim. It means God, right? But Elohim is plural. Let us, right? So that's this God. So the Elohim created man in his image, and in the image of the Elohim created he, male and female, created them, right? So in this one, um, the Elohim created man and woman. Didn't create man and then later on create woman. But it's something more important than that. But okay, so that's the first one. So let's go down to the second one, actually. Uh, if I do this, it's going to take me out, but that's okay. We want Guinness. We want two.
And what are you reading out of?
Um, this is Hebrew translation Bible. Is in Hebrew. Is written in the like English Hebrew, and then is written in Grammatic or English. So it's the original writing, then the translation into words, and then the translation into English.
Hey, Tracy.
So
What
now
up, Gary? What up, Nine? I'm sorry. Go ahead, word.
I don't know why did it take me here. Okay, I just gotta go down again. It brought me. Oh my goodness, I can't get. Okay. Okay, okay. I know how to work it now. Okay, so that was the first story, right? And this is the second story. This is when God created Adam and Yah Elohim. That's important too, because remember, at first it was just the Elohim. Now, in this creation story, is Yah Elohim, right? It's Lord God. So, um, okay, we'll get to that. I'm just talking about the creation story right now. So, bam, it went to the earth. 2 chapter 2 verse 7, and Yah Elohim formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Right? So in this one, God made man. And that's important too, because those are, when I say these are two different stories, that's because these are two different people, two different groups that God created. The first one, God created man in his image and likeness. And this one, God made man from dust. So even when people talk about the stories, they combine them. You know, God made man, or God created man from dust. God created Adam from dust. God didn't create the original man from dust. The original man was created in the image and likeness of God. Adam was made from dust. But that's one
So,
aspect.
are you saying they not like us? They not like us.
Nah, and that explains. But that would explain because in this story, as we read, God just made man, and later on, and this is another important part. Now watch this. Um, so 2:7 is God creating, blowing birth into Adam, right? So 2:8, and Yah Elohim planted a garden eastward in Eden and put there the man who he had formed. You see what I'm saying? And the Elohim, Yah God, planted a garden in the east. So it was already things here prior to um, this Adam, right? So we know that though, right? So it's just a garden that God created. And out of the ground made. Now I'm gonna show you where people get it confused because we can agree that it was already stuff here because God just planted a garden east, meaning it was already things here. But this is where they try to mix the two stories because then they say in this part, this is where God was creating Earth, and it wasn't. Earth was already created when this atom was made. The Earth was already created. The first one, when he was making the Earth, and then he made man in the Earth. Right, that was the first story. Not the second story. Earth already created. They say no, it's a more detailed story. No, it's not a more detailed. This is a different story. But there's one part I wanted to show you. So in the river of Eden, the water, the garden, and the name of the first. This is when they said God gave Adam domain to name all the animals. It was just the animals for that garden. It's like giving the animals a name. Like you naming your dog a cat. It wasn't like naming the animal. But you got to look at the story. So the name of the first person which passed the whole land. Where in the gold, okay, so they just talking about the gold. So let's get back into the garden. They just talking about um, the rivers and the gold. See, even this part is different. This part was created after the world was created. Like when people say God made gold and stuff, all that was done afterward. And the name of the second river name. Okay, it's still
So Gary
talking.
say which man was formed?
And Yah commanded the man, saying, okay, hold on 1 second. In true knowledge, Allah will make help for him. And out of the ground, the Elohim formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see, and what he would call them. Whatsoever Adam called them, every living creature that was named therefore. So they said, oh, this is when God gave Adam domain. No, this is God bringing animals to the garden for Adam. You see what I'm saying? The first time God made everything. Now he just bringing shit to Adam. Okay, my bad. I'm coming back to the chat right now. Gary said, what now? Dee, what up, though? Appreciate you, sis. Lady Shay, what up, though? Appreciate you, sis. Who else came in the house? Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Okay, now Gary said, which man he formed? Adam. If you want to use the term form, what he made was Adam. Because the original man, the ones that he had help making, when he said let us, and that's another thing. The first one is us. The second one is Lord God. You see what I'm saying? Even the wording is different. When he made something singular by itself, it was just him. But when you created with that, you needed help, masculine and feminine energy. So this is why the first story stated made man and woman. That's the duality. The second, Adam was made imperfect. They had to take a rib out to make another part. So that man was made imperfect. In fact, it only got a soul, right? Because when the air was blown into him, that's when he got a soul. He didn't get the spirit until, or the consciousness, or the knowledge until they ate the apple. The first man was made in the image and likeness of God, made like God. Second man ate an apple and became smart. Different people,
He said
different.
God is forming animals in that verse. Mm-mm.
Yeah, and this one, God started making animals. but it was just for the
Animals.
garden. It was just for the garden. The first one, everything was created. That's why if you look at this one, the animals was created after the man. The first one, the animals was created before man. Fifth day, fourth day, animals was created. And then man was created. But in the second story, that's how you know they're two different stories. Because the animals was made for Adam in the second one. The first one, the animals was made, and then the man got dominion over them. This one, if you notice, when they say go forth and be fruitful, those two different stories. They was talking to man and woman, and they leave that part out. That part is man and woman is to go forth and be fruitful, because they both was made at that time. That was the first people. Adam was only given a garden, wasn't given the world. These two different people.
Okay, so then you said this is two creations with and God made two different people,
See,
right?
this God made one group of people. The gods made another group. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, so then if this is true, right? Because and I'm only saying this because I grew up Christian. My father was a preacher and everything. I grew up Christian. Now, growing up, two creations was never discussed. We never talked about two creations growing up. But now that I'm older, two creations do kind of make it. It's like there has to been two creations, right? So when I finally asked about it, some people were saying that when he said let us, because if it's us, that means it has to be some people already on the planet, or there has to be somebody there with him, because why is he saying us? So when I would ask people or ask Christians who is us, it was either Jesus, people would say. But how could it be Jesus if Jesus wasn't even Jesus wasn't even there yet? Or it was uh a spirit, like it was something. So what is the us?
More than one God, plural. Probably his wife. Mm-hmm.
His wife? Okay. So then okay. So if it's two creations, another thing that stated is one is heavenly and one is earthly.
Meaning the people were made in heaven.
I guess, yeah, that's what. And one is and people were made in heaven or spiritually made, spirits,
Hmm.
and then
Yep.
earthly.
Yep.
Spirits can't go forth and be fruitful.
Exactly. That's why there was no babies. That's why there was no creation in the Garden of Eden, according to the Bible.
Wasn't nobody in the garden. God made the garden for Adam.
Right. And okay. So what is the skin that they put on when they gain consciousness?
Clothes.
Uh,
They covered themselves with the leaves from the text.
I,
They covered themselves with
I,
the leaves.
they discovered themselves. For me, I'm saying it's spiritual, and they became flesh after the consciousness.
But just even in the creation of woman, right here in chapter
Mhm.
2, verse 23, and said this now, bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh, she shall be called woman because she was taken out of man. So that's telling you this is already physical. You know what I'm saying? The consciousness, like when I said the original people were made whole, they had the heart, they had the soul, and they had the spirit because they was making the image and the likeness. So they had the heart and the spirit. They had the soul and the spirit. These people just had breath blew into them and had a living spirit. They didn't have the consciousness until they ate the apple. This is the knowledge of good and bad. Now they understand. You see what I'm saying? Now they hold because they ate the apple.
Okay, I get that part.
So these
So
were so
are we
but
saying that the first creation? So the first creation, right? So let's start from the beginning. The Elohims, they are not. Are they physical or are they spiritual?
I mean from this text, all this is like I don't see anywhere in here where they say any of this was not physical. God taking
Mm.
rest and stuff, he got to chill. So, what spirit got to chill? He got to rest on the seventh day. What spirit got to chill, bro? Like, I'm just being from the content. It's not showing me where any of this was spiritual.
But even in the content, if he was complete on the sixth day, what else is he going to do? But chill.
No, it particularly said use the term rest.
I understand. But what was he going to do if he completed everything in 6 days?
What he did the next day.
Which is what? Nothing.
Start letting the shit play out, seeing what it do.
So he rested because he let everything play out. So that's not resting. He sat there and watched what he created.
And see again, that's another okay. That's another. Um, so that creation story, Adam wasn't created yet. You know that, right?
What's that? Say that
Like
again. Yeah, I understand that part. I got
okay,
that part.
and the seventh day blessed, the seventh day and sanctified. It become because he had rested for all his works which Elohim created and made. These are the generations of heaven and earth when they were created in the day of Yahweh Elohim, in the earth and
Okay.
heaven, and every plant of the field. Now, this is the seventh day when he was chilling before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For the Elohim had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and not a man to till the ground. So he was chilling and realized, like, damn, I ain't even making rain. Not only did I
Wait.
make
Stop.
it
Stop.
rain,
Hold on 1 second. Read that again.
what part? That was a lot.
What you just read. It
And
wasn't a
Yahweh
what to till the
Elohim,
ground.
a man.
Okay, so if there's no man on the earth at the first creation, what did he create?
Nope, it didn't say on the earth. Did not say on the
What did
earth.
you just say?
It
So where the
said there
plants
was
coming
no.
from?
No, listen. He said he sent like when he made man and woman, he told them to go forth and be fruitful. They gone.
I got that, but what did you just read?
And
So
he
what's the
had
first creation?
this is the seventh day.
No, I understand that, but
The,
didn't he create man within those first 6 days?
yeah, man was already made.
Okay, so now read it again. Or he created something, but what did he say?
He said from all his works. Okay. The Elohim and field. Okay. And of the field before it was in the earth. And every herb of the field before it grew. For Yahweh Elohim had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground.
So, are we talking about a specific area? Are we talking about the entire earth? Where are we talking about?
He talking about where he chilling at.
Okay.
This was the garden. Look, this eventually becomes the garden. Okay. No man to till it, but went up into the midst of the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. And Yahweh Elohim formed man of dust of the ground and breathed into the nostrils, and man became a living soul. And Yahweh planted a garden eastward and they put the man whom he had formed, and out of the ground made to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food. The tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and a river out of Eden to water the garden. And from thence it was parted and became into four heads. Okay, then you start naming the
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 four
river.
rivers.
Okay, the third river. I'm gonna skip past the river part. Then Elohim took the man and put him in the garden of Eden to dress and it to keep it. And Yahweh Elohim commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou may freely eat, but of the tree of knowledge and good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day thou eat, thou surely die. And Yahweh Elohim said, not good that man should be alone. I will make him an help meet for him. A help meet. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And out of the ground formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto see what he had would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name therefore. So even this is what I'm saying. This is all this stuff was already made, right? That's why he can make every beast and everything. All it was already made. That's why I said this is after the first group of people was created. He made Adam. He made Adam out of the. He didn't even think about making man until he wanted the ground tilled. That was the purpose of making man, because he needed the ground to till.
So this was before the garden or after the garden?
This was before the garden.
Okay, so before the garden, he made man to till the ground, right? Then he made.
Before the garden, he made the man to go multiply on earth and be fruitful. When he was chilling, looking around, he was like, "Okay, go lay down, baby. Go lay down." After he was chilling, he realized, like, damn, I ain't make it rain yet, so ain't nothing growing. But I ain't even got a man to till the ground. Let me make a man. So he was clearly thinking about making something for himself. He needs somebody to till the ground.
This.
Boy, damn.
Yeah, this is a lot.
So basically, he made it for himself. That's what you said.
That's what the whole garden was created. That's why he didn't want the very first type of man in that garden, because that man was complete. He wanted something docile, something that can,
I was just about to go there. Why would God not want nobody to eat from the tree of knowledge?
He already had those type of men. Those, that was the like us man.
But those men weren't eating.
Hmm?
Those men weren't eating.
They weren't eating.
No,
Yeah, they were.
ain't no men. What they was eating?
Everything was made, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Listen,
He
what?
said the tree, they could eat from the tree.
Nah, that
No, no,
no,
no, Tay.
that
That's not.
was
No, that's not what
that
he's
was
saying.
that was everything was already made, bro. This is why I say these stories get mixed up. You have to, okay, so let's go back to
Okay,
Genesis.
go. So the first, okay,
So
so the
listen,
first
okay.
story.
So in Genesis verse 1, the
This the
first story,
first story.
this is the first
Okay.
story, verse 21, created great
Mm-hmm.
whales and every living creature that the moment which the waters, movement in the waters for abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. The
Mm-hmm.
birds and sea creatures was already made, beasts was already made. And Elohim blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, fill the waters in the seas, and let fowls multiply in the earth. This is
Mm-hmm.
what I'm
But
saying,
who is
man.
he talking to be fruitful? The animals?
The
The
animal,
animals.
yes, be fruitful and
Okay.
multiply, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and every morning were the fifth day, and
Mm-hmm.
evening and the morning were the fifth day. So this is the fifth day. It said,
Mm-hmm.
let us bring forth living creatures after his kind, cattle and creepy things, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so. So this is when all the animals were actually getting created. This is what I'm telling you. It's
Mm-hmm.
a creation story with the gods, the Elohim. If you look at the Hebrew, there's no mention of Yahweh. It's just Elohim. When you
Mm-hmm.
get down to where Adam is being created is Yahweh Elohim. So these are two different, not only two different stories, these are two different God as gods, meaning more than one. And here the other
Mm-hmm.
one is just talking about Yahweh. That's what I'm saying. It's two different
Elohim. Right.
stories.
Yahweh Elohim. Right.
Yeah, so those are two different stories though. There's two different.
Okay.
They even say Yahweh was in the creation, but then he said, "Fuck it, I can make it myself. I know I have a template. Now I'm making, like even in a word, like create means to bring something to existence that's new or original. Make means to take something and put together. That's why he took the dust to make Adam. It was making something. The creation was the being's likeness and image. That was the creation. So they literally gave birth to one creation of man. If you look, it'll say humankind. And then when they talk about Adam, Adam is mankind. So even in that
So what is a
text,
human?
human, now you got to go back to the old Germanic. It'll be man of hue, human, man made from the darkness. And if you understood, like back then, the darkness, dark, why everything is painted black back in the day, because that was God, like the essence. They believe the center of the earth is black, the black hole.
What's
But
funny is AI agrees with you.
I know.
AI says what AI explains the first story, and it says in this story, Elohim, the Hebrew word for God, creates the heaven and earth in 6 days, then rest on the seventh. The story also describes the creation of celestial objects like the sun, moon, stars, and the separation of the heavenly, earthly waters. Then it says the second story. In this story, God now referred to by the name Yahweh. AI says this. AI, bruh, says this. Creates
S4,
Adam
what
from
up, sis?
dust.
Man, Texo, what up, though? My bad. I just had to say what up. My bad. I wasn't in the chat. I was still in that. Hebrew Bible. My bad if I missed you. I'm on two different. Commander, what up, though? Appreciate you. Walker, what up, though?
Hey,
Appreciate you.
nine.
Make sure you hit the light. What up, Nine? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I'm gonna put the link on the thing in a minute if anybody wanna pop up and we can talk.
I literally, if anybody think I'm joking, Google two creation stories of Genesis, and you'll see the AI overview. AI literally says what he says.
Even if you look at even if you look at like I said, the first story, animal was created before. If you look at the second story, animal was
Yeah,
created
yeah, animal was
after.
created twice. Yeah, animal was created twice.
But see, it wasn't created; it was made because they brought forth, they
Oh,
brought to them. So, like, just understanding like the transliteration, it was saying like all these animals they knew, like God knew these animals, so they brought them to him. And when they was naming them, it wasn't naming them like what species, but more or less like a pet. Like Adam was put in the garden for a particular reason. Remember, God was thinking about tilling the earth when Adam was created. So now we have to look to like the necessity. Why was Adam created? Nobody talks about that. Adam was created because God wanted somebody to till the earth. So like God was thinking the man not as is, but as working. Like I always said, it was like having a dog in the backyard. That's how we was to God. In
mm.
the story.
So weird. So the suggestion is we're like pets.
Well, not me. I'm like the first creation. I'm made in the image and likeness. I ain't the Dutch people.
Mm.
So shut up, word.
Yeah, because
So
I was about to say because we're these first people. We don't know nothing about these first people because they ain't got no titles, no name, no nothing.
Why you don't think that? Why you think that?
Huh?
Why you think that?
I'm going I'm going by the reading so far. They don't have no name, no title, no nothing. They're man. That's it.
Hmm. Those are the people uh, Cain was afraid of.
so are these people soulless?
The
No.
this is the second people are. Well, no, they don't have spirit.
The first people, the first people, the first people are like God.
Yeah, they complete.
However, that's translated. I understand. Like I'm just different. I don't know. Like I said, I think they're more spiritual than anything.
Well, there you go. Spiritual versus. Now, do it make
They
sense? You need to
no,
go.
but
The
I
second people need to go be saved and find God and do all
but
this
that's what
ritual.
right.
They need the spirit of God put in them. The first people are already born with it. They already got it.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So you can't get mad at these people talking Bibles. They doing what they supposed to do.
You
So who
can't say that
created
again. You
evil?
can't get mad at what?
People who thump the Bibles, they doing what they supposed to do. They trying to find God.
Because they were created without a soul
We'll say spirit.
or spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And so they needed, like you said, put in them. I will be messy and ask another question, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
So is that so? Are you allowing the people to understand that's why they have faith the size of a mustard seed? Is that where you going down the line with that?
No, but you can.
Okay, because I know who I'm talking to, so I know where you get ready to go with that. But go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like at the end of the day, some people made now, like it's some people made of God, and some people made and God made. You see what I'm saying? Well, some people was made in the likeness and image, and some people was just made by God.
So we gonna need you. We gonna need you to elaborate more on the first people. Then
I need my notes, or I need some time to create notes.
yeah, I'm just
But
saying
I can
because
tell you where to go look.
that let the people know where
Where
they
you
can
gonna
look.
look?
Well, you gonna have to look at the etymology. Look up human and mankind, but you gonna have to break it down yourself because it's only gonna give you so much.
Mm. So those with understanding could understand that, but that those of the second creation is gonna have a hard time understanding.
Mm-hmm. No, it's like this. That's the simplest I can break it down. I think that's the simplest I ever broke it down. My bad, I'm cracking seed. I think that's the simplest I ever broke it down. Um, but you have some people who, like God only gave them a living soul. Actually, um, like in like the King James, like the Hebrews say soul. They didn't really talk about spirit, but the King James says spirit. Make him a living spirit. But I agree
Which is
with
dumb.
soul. I
Yeah, I
agree
don't
with
agree with
soul.
spirit. I
I
don't agree
agree
with
with.
spirit.
Yeah, I agree with soul. Blue, like God didn't blow because it makes sense with the rest of the story because they did not know good and evil, right? Until they bit the apple. So once they bit the apple, they got what we call God consciousness. But the original people were made in the likeness, meaning like I am like act. So you can say we act off our emotion and our likeness, like looking like, act like, do it like consciousness. So that was the complete human created in God's image and likeness. So, but the second one was formed from dust. So this is mankind. This is a kind of human. It was already a template because we created. So now I'm by myself. I can make my own little pets. I need somebody to till this ground. So bam, let me make this dude Adam, and that's why it was so covenant between God and Adam in that story rather. But man, we go through the language. I take it down a fucking rabbit hole with that. Um,
The wordplay is crazy, but it makes sense. Why would it be? Why would that like man and man, mankind? Or
mhm.
you literally have to look at that.
Like human, man of hue. Just look at it backward. Mankind, kind of man. You got to think back in man. There's so many words flipped and create different subject for the word,
Yeah. So
like
what does
human and
hue
mankind.
mean? What is hue?
Hue is dark.
Color.
Hue is dark.
Mm-hmm. It was
It has
dark
to be more
color.
of a meaning to that though, because that's not enough.
Mhm.
Dark man.
No. What I'm saying is because they were human, right? And then he made mankind. So hue has to have more than just the darkness of a meaning because he made two different things. There's two different entities. He has a kind of man and a human, but the human is a subjective being, meaning it doesn't. A human ain't supposed to be do what mankind do. That's why he made mankind. So if he made mankind, what was the human's role?
To go forth and be fruitful.
So he just for today's reference, he just melanated the world.
Right. Just made
Mm.
man and
Okay.
say go forth and be fruitful.
It says
And
it's
so
a
the man,
grammatic word.
You said what?
right,
It says
it
it's.
has to have better.
No, you can go ahead.
No,
It just
because
I'm looking it up and it says it's just it's a grammatic word and it says the etymology of it means color, form, appearance, kind, beauty, skin complexion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's what it's stating as far as what is hue.
And no, go lay down, baby.
and so the kind of man that he makes in the second one is made out of dirt. So that's just whatever color the dirt was. He's that person, and he's
I wouldn't
because
go
they're
that
both.
deep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't go that deep, but he's made out of. I don't, I personally wouldn't go that deep, but he's made out of the ground. I would say that.
Made from dirt.
Yeah, made from dirt.
And so once he's made, he's told to what the mankind.
Chilling on one that wasn't even that was like a side project. That's why it was placed in the garden. It wasn't told to go forth and be fruitful. It was placed in the garden. See, that's what I'm saying. There's two different stories. After the first men were made, they were told to go forth and be fruitful.
Yeah, because he didn't make the woman yet,
Yes, he
so he
did.
can't be fruitful with
Yes, he
not
did.
not when he not when he created the
Bruh.
mankind.
Yeah.
He knocked the
No,
mankind out, and then
I'm talking about the human when he told him
no,
to.
I said mankind.
Oh,
No, no, no.
oh yeah.
I said mankind.
Oh
So
no,
he
he was
can't be
just
fruitful yet. He just
well,
chilling. He doing nothing.
that's Adam. Adam was just put in the
Right.
garden. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying mankind. I'm saying man. I'm not even giving him a name yet. I'm just calling him mankind.
But it was created for the garden to till the dirt anyway. That's why God thought to make man was to till the dirt.
Mm.
That's what the book said. Man wasn't even a thought until it was time to till the dirt.
So Adam
You
was
go.
made after mankind,
Adam was made after the
No,
human.
after the human.
Adam. Adam is mankind. He's the
Yeah, I
father of
mean, like
mankind.
human or the ones that are like man.
It
He's
get a
made
little
Yeah,
after
spooky
them.
when you really look at
he.
it. Don't get a little spooky. You start
But
realizing
that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm saying, and that's why I keep saying this is more of a spiritual aspect of the thing. I get
well,
it, the hue and the color and all of those things. I get all of that. Now you gonna make people believe that that hue is of a different entity, the
it
It
is.
didn't
darkness and
say
all of
what
that.
color hue.
They're gonna
My
they're gonna
bad.
think that dark hue is of negative aspect because it's
Oh,
dark, like dark matter, dark, all of that.
But that's what they have created. This the white supremacists or whatever they
well, anyway it
created. They
go.
made it look like dark is negative, but when you actually study, dark is not negative.
Yeah, I think it
I
is.
got
I think
that.
it is too. because even if you say that, the humans was made in the likeness and image of the creator. So so whatever way they want to twist that,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, but the creator created evil.
that's cool. Evil
So
was
he
bad.
made them in his. So he made so evil. So it's pretty easy. Well, if I go by that, if I go by my very logic, they gonna say human was evil because God is the creator of evil, and then mankind is supposed to be some kind of perfected type of entity, and that's what they going. That's where Adam comes in at. That's how they're gonna display that. Not you, but other people.
And that's easy work. Adam was made incomplete. That's why he was stuck in the garden and not given dominion of the earth. So it can't be a better version. It was a lesser version.
But it could be a better obedient a better obedient one
Okay.
because now let's go a little
Like
now let's go a little further.
obedience is good.
No, obedient to its creator is good.
But that's what I'm saying. Naturally, you wouldn't have to take away free thought to they had to take Adam's consciousness away to be obedient.
But
So
Adam never had that.
that's what made Adam obedient
Right.
to a
So what
point.
happened?
But even that wasn't good enough because he still disobeyed. So what I'm saying is that can't be a better version.
I agree with that. I'm just going from the good and
You
evil aspect of the thing because what happens next? So what happens is there's some little the next part of the story is after he creates woman, names her Eve, whatever. So now there's a little serpent that's just chilling in the garden. Now the serpent is able to talk. He talks to the one that ain't had no communication with God, quote unquote, and then tells her, yo, if you eat that, you good to go. So that evil entity, which is not, I'm surprised they ain't say that was a huge serpent, like a black snake. But that's another story for another day. Anyway, so he goes in there, tells her, yo, eat the fruit. You ain't gonna die. She eats the fruit. She gives it to the man. I guess he ate it because he was tired. Because he tilled the ground. So he just ate it like, all right, babe, I'm gonna eat that. Oh snap, what happened? What we doing here? Oh, we naked. Oh my God. Then God felt that energy, like, yo, what are y'all doing over here? How you know you was naked? And then that goes on into the story for the rest of mankind.
that's not
No,
fair
that's
because
Gary. That's not Nate.
what happened? Oh, I ain't even over there. Hold on.
When your child is obedient to their father, they don't have consciousness. That's what
No,
Commander said.
no, I'm saying they needed not to be conscious to be obedient. That right there should tell you, like, is manipulation. We'll talk about, um, but no, that's what I'm saying. You can be conscious and be obedient, but it was a reason he needed them like that.
So God is a manipulator too. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
No, the one of the entities is manipulative. Let the rest of the world tell. That's why I ask people who created evil. They'll never say God.
Why not? He did.
We know that, but I'm just telling you, if he created all things, why he ain't create evil? Because that's what the Bible said. God created all things in His image. So who created evil then?
It
God
says
even say,
God
I mean,
created in his image and in his likeness.
Right.
But
So
obviously
when you
he didn't.
no,
He
obviously
didn't
he
create
did because
everything in his likeness.
yes, he did because he got some evil tendencies.
God said,
So
"I
he can't.
created good and evil." God said that.
Right. Right. And so when people that goes to church, then they say, well, who created evil? You will not hear them say God created evil. They'll blame the devil.
Yeah, like think about this. Like no emotion. Like when people say God is not the master of confusion, they forget the story of Nimrod and the Tower of Babel. Like God totally confused. He did that on purpose to confuse.
Exactly.
The whole, all those people, the whole world. Rather, I mean, from the story. So,
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I've been telling people that. Like, y'all not even making sense. He told y'all I'm gonna confuse these people on purpose. So in other words, before that, there was no confusion. They was disobedient, but they knew what they was doing. So now I gotta confuse everybody so that way they can't try to come near me or approach me or whatever that they can't build nothing to rise up against me or towards me.
That's crazy.
He did that. So how is he not the author of confusion? How is he not the author of evil? If he created the beginning to the end, he created darkness. Like y'all gotta make it, people gotta make it make sense. But because it's the stimulation of I'm just telling y'all what God is good for. Like people don't understand that God killed more people than the devil.
mhm. But it's to be careful too because, like I tell people, it's missing books for a reason. It's missing books for a reason. But when you read, you got to understand. I'm gonna say it as soft as I can. You got to understand what God's saying and what people are saying because a lot of the stuff, you know, um, just know what God they talking about. I'm gonna say it like that. You need to know what God they talking about at which time because all those guys got different aspects about them.
Hmm. And that's the thing. That's why they got all of these different Christs, but all of the same Christ is of the same attribute. But they don't even want to understand that part. Like if I say be Christ like, you got to understand what I'm saying. Christ like is of love, compassion, so on and so forth. But don't think he's not going to escape from certain things. He's not going to stand there and take the punishment. He only did well. Jesus Christ
Mm-hmm.
did that one time because he had to end his life. They all do it one time, and it all to end their life. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the majority of the time, they're getting up out of Dodge before anything happens to them. They turning the other cheek to get up out of there. But that's not even explained in the concepts either.
Let me ask you a
So
question. Northwest, what up, though, bro? My bad, I ain't see you, my dude. Did I miss anybody else? Did I Didi Commander? What up, nine? I don't know if I did. I make them. I mean, did I miss them?
you got them.
Let me ask you this, because we were having a discussion, and you rode this for a couple days. Um, when I kept saying Jesus is not the name, I was saying Yahshua. What name did you give me, and why?
Me?
Yeah, you told me. Gee, you said Yahshua wasn't his real name either. You said he had another name.
Oh, yeah, I said Emmanuel. I was joking.
But where did
I
you
was
get that
joking
from?
because huh?
Where did you get that from?
Isaiah. It's in the book from the book of Isaiah, a
Oh,
prophet.
But what did it say?
That his name shall be Emmanuel, the one that's coming to revise or save the world. Name is going to be Emmanuel. I'm paraphrasing. I'm not going verbatim. I'm paraphrasing.
Mm. Did Tay drop off?
I think so. Yeah, just me and you here.
So you mean there was no
So
earth
when
or heaven creation? Yeah, there was earth and heaven creations. If you look, let me go back to it. Oh, that's the King James. How did I get into King James?
oh
Oh, okay.
Lord, you better get up out of there.
Okay. And okay, so and the earth brought forth grass, herbs yielding seed after its kind, trees yielding fruit, whose seeds was itself after its kind, saw that it was good. Hold on, that's 12. And the earth bring forth and dry. Okay, and Elohim with the waters. So in verse 8 is when the firmament was built, splitting earth and heaven, or finished, and the firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. So in verse 5, he created day and night,
Mm-hmm.
and darkness. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so no, it was built. It was built. I
Yeah,
was
all of that is
saying,
the first creation, though.
yeah, within that first creation, that's why everything. That's what I'm saying. Everything was already built before Adam. Like people think Adam came into the world when nothing was built. That wasn't that creation story.
No, that because you know why? Because at the end of that chapter, he talks about man, and then they talk about men, and then they try to justify it by saying in chapter 2, he made Adam as the first man. But he is it. That's the story that's being told
Mm-hmm.
because man was the last thing to be created. So now they can go to chapter 2 and say, well, this is what happened with that creation. So now they think they're going into a specific detail of how that they're in a specific detail of how Adam is created, but it's not the same as the end of the first chapter.
It's not the same, but
Right.
you can
But
tell
they're
like God even
not
knew. Like I need a man to till. So man, the concept of man was already done. Like man, that's how you know man was created because when God thought of tilling the earth, he automatically thought of man. If that was the case, why you just didn't make an animal to till the earth? Because it's
well
already
here's it
something.
well so here's the second thing then. And this is why the confusion will continue to be coming with as far as religion till it until the end of the earth. If we go by your logic, why wait? Why wait for them to come to consciousness? Because
What you
tilling the ground is the punishment. He doesn't till the ground until the punishment is enforced, according to the story.
mm, mm. Oh no, I'm okay. Now you let me see. So now what you're asking is Why did God wait for man to become consciousness to tell him to till the ground?
Yes, because that's a punishment.
Mm, I guess you can perceive it like that.
I'm going by the story. That's the only way I can perceive it. That's what the story says. It don't say nothing about tilling the ground until she bites the fruit and he bites the fruit. If that's the case, you could have just made the man to till the ground. What's the punishment for? He don't need to be punished, and he could have did that for the rest of his life. And he loses anyhow because he ate the fruit. So now his days get reduced. Now you tilling the ground. Why would you want it? That doesn't. That's not even logical. See, and this is where we got to be careful because whoever's telling this story is making God an illogic being or the creator an illogic being. Because what thing wouldn't want a servant to last forever?
It became like God once it ate the apple. It wasn't a pet no more.
I'm just saying. I'm going with the word like that's not even logical.
Now I know good and evil, so I can't even I don't need you no more. Get off my garden. Because eventually you're gonna start complaining.
So you're gonna start complaining now because you ate that. Your ass is on punishment. Now you got to till the ground. Now you got a bit, and like I said, there was even with Eve. There's no perception of birth. Now you being punished for doing something that you was created to do. That doesn't make sense either.
They do when I tell the story.
How could you tell a story when it makes sense? So you tell okay, so what you saying is before that, she was gonna have perfect all good births.
No, I'm gonna make it make sense. Right?
I don't know how you can make it. Go ahead, I'm gonna listen. Go ahead.
So say you got a crib, right? And you like, you know what, I want a dog. You go buy a dog. What's the first thing you do? You get your dog neutered, right? Because you might have to take it to the vet. The boarding house, they only take neutered dogs. Okay, so bang, got my dog neutered. But guess what? My dog's bored. My dog lonely. What I do? I go buy another dog. I got a male dog, go buy a female dog. What I do? I neutered that dog. You know why? Because I don't want them having babies. I just got my dogs to, do whatever I want to do and run around in the backyard. But now imagine if I got a tree back there and the dog eat it and they got the knowledge of good and evil. And they eat it like, hold on, bro. I'm naked out here, bro. You had me out here doing? Oh no, I'm straight. Go ahead. Now, guess what? Now the dog ain't neutered no more. Now the dog can have babies. So they move down the street and have little doggy babies. That's what happened.
So what is that woman's job again?
At that time, it was a helpmate. It was a companion. At that time, before they ate the apple, it was just to keep them. The man was lonely, so made him a woman.
Okay. So now now I'm going by what you're saying. So now that because he got them to till the ground, now he wants them to replenish the earth. Correct?
No, the earth was already plunged.
No. It says replenish.
Where?
It says replenish in the Bible.
Where?
When they start to have the babies, you have to replenish the earth. That's what the Bible says.
No. I'm
What it
saying
say?
when did God tell them to go replenish the Bible. Or
Hold on, where's my damn blanket? Turn this light. Y'all got me in the dark. Hold on, give me a second. I'm coming, y'all. Ah, ah. Let's get Genesis. Genesis. Let's try two
that
or
was
three.
that. Okay, let's see. Fruit.
The fall of man. The serpent did this, and this. The eyes were opened. The woman who thou gave nope. The Lord God said, yeah. The serpent get cursed. Then he gonna put enmity between thee and the woman, between thy seed and her seed. Uh, the Lord said for him, sent him forth from the garden to till the ground from which they didn't even till the ground in the garden of Eden. I guess the garden didn't need to be tilled. So he drove him out, placed this, and this. That
Yeah.
came.
You see what I'm saying? That's what them stories get merged and confused up. God never told Adam to go forth and replenish the earth or go forth and be fruitful. God never said that to Adam. Sag, what up, though?
Well, he knew
Oh,
she was
yeah.
gonna have babies.
No, I don't be tripping on that. If anything, I try to give, like a little clarity, That's why I'm even having this like conversation, like to understand, like if you see it for what it is, things will make more sense. But you have to just, it's hard, but you have to see it for what it is. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Everyone does not have the consciousness of God. That's something people are on a path to gain, to
Right.
get, some people are born with it. So like more people who have that worship gene are like the Adam, like the people created like Adam. I'm talking about metaphysical. I ain't talking about physical, but if you want to take it physical, the people who were made like Adam, those people need religion. There's some people who were made like God, like in the image and likeness of God. These are two different entities. This is what I'm trying to show people. Two
Mm-hmm.
different people. So even as you read, man, like it's people who really believe this now. Like the way I'm telling you, there's groups of people like the Rosicrucians. I don't know if y'all ever heard of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, yeah, they believe in what I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they believe in what I'm telling you. Like,
No, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about that.
so
And
appreciate you,
that's the
Escort.
thing. You just gotta like that's why we tell people like you gotta do your own work. You gotta do your own research. You gotta do your own homework. It's for you to do. You can't just keep letting people just have this conversation. If they here to just you just going you gotta stop being lazy. You gotta do the work. Cause I don't know what book am I reading? It's the fake King James Bible. So they made coats of skin. So and then they clothe them, and he tells them, "All right, y'all doing too much." And then they got kicked out, and then that's like I said, that's when he talked about tilling the ground. Before that, they don't never speak about till the ground to the 23rd verse on the 23rd verse in the third chapter of Genesis. Ain't nothing about tilling no ground until that specific part. That's a punishment. So if God made Adam to till the ground, why did he need to be eat the fruit of good and evil and be punished to till the ground? Now see now what that made me think about is servitude, slavery. So we got to be careful with that too. I don't know who started first speaking like that, but that's servitude. Well, he made Adam to till the ground. Okay, well, you saying Adam's going to be his servant, but
Well,
Adam is never going to be his servant. He becomes the servant to the one that made him, that tricked him, according to these books. You see what I mean?
well, I'll say, that's the whole thing, servitude, servitude to God, right?
No, he doesn't become a servitude to God.
No, I'm saying like a servant, period. Oh, after
Yeah,
he gets
sir. Yeah,
the garden, he starts serving. But I've been listening, and I don't believe in that. Hey, I'm interested to hear what you rock with, Sag, because you know there's a lot of different creation stories. There's a lot of unique creation stories. But you even
yeah,
see,
plenty of them.
but even like this creation story is unique to a group of people. This whole Garden of Eden, and it's different from a lot of like tribal or like old creation stories. But
Mhm.
most of the monotheistic creation stories deal with people creating to serve God.
Because if you can take this as far as you know what I mean, like it's just crazy. Because the whole lot the whole logic of a thing is from a man's perspective anyway. You know what I mean? Like if God really told y'all that, then you supposed to follow it. But a lot of man is deviating from what quote unquote God is telling them anyway. So is that why is that? Because of free will? Was it because that's not even free will then if we're being honest? We already innate. Most people are innate with that evil and good concept because you already made in his image. Because if God was only good, he God is not balanced, and that's not perfection. But I don't know, man. If God is perfect, if God don't make mistakes, why did he have to repopulate the world, quote unquote?
No, creation is like a birthing. Creation means to bring something into existence. So birthing is to bring something to existence. So creation will be now. If you do it, well, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yeah, please don't
Because
scare the people.
oh, Tate, a taco flavor, a taco supreme, Taco Bell, taco supreme, sunflower seed. These must be slapping. I'm telling you, I'll be flipping. Miss Chicago, what up, though? Appreciate you, sir. But a lot of different things that make sense. But like I said, it's people who are complete and it's people who are incomplete. That's the most I guess nicest way I can say it.
But you saying that's a are we going to conclude that's a natural thing that people are they established that way?
Yeah.
Like there's a switch within us that's turned off.
I wouldn't even
You
say
know what I mean?
yeah, I guess that would be a good analogy. It's or either other I think it's better to say it's an empty room in a house. You know, it's an empty room in a house.
So we have a room that's well, a lot of us have a room that's unoccupied. So in other
Mm-hmm.
words, that's like saying we using oh my god, we're using only 10% of our brain, but we can use more. Right? Is that a safe analogy, or am I doing too much?
Too much.
I'm just asking the question. I'm just saying.
Stop watching Lucy.
No, no,
Mm.
no, no, no. It's not about Lucy because somebody was saying that before Lucy was even made.
But that's not
Not to say, not to say that you can go 40, 50. There are people that believe that you can get to 15% of the brain and not just where it's at.
that's a myth. You
I know
actually use
that's
more. No, I'm saying like you, average person use up to anywhere to 70 80% of their brain. What they're talking about is the connectivity between neutrons. That's a yeah, that's a myth. You
right. I'm just saying.
actually use almost all your brain. Like when they say that 10%, that's the connectivity. I mean, it's not even how do I explain it? It's not even it's the rate that neutrons uh, like fire against one another or like communicate or the connectivity of them. But yeah, you use actually, a large percentage of your brain. It's the average person.
Yeah, I'm just yeah. But but see that's the projection or the perception that they wanted people to believe for a very long time. Like I said, forget Lucy. There are people that really try to put you only use this amount of your brain. So you just got this whole big thing in your brain. You got a whole big thing in your head, and you only using a tenth of it,
I
which is
mean,
another stupid number. You know, a tenth of your time, and that's another story for another day. These numbers have meanings to it, but they like we gotta. That's another story for another day too. I'm just saying. So the fact that all of these things is being perceived is what was what. Forget the
mhm,
religion. Forget religion. The books itself is causing the mishaps. Is causing the confusion. It's causing you to see things in a different light or attribute or perspective. However you want to do it. You just sat here and read that there's two different
mhm,
creations. But to a regular person or a person that studies that, they will perceive that, or a person that follows normalcy, quote unquote normalcy. Because if you outside of normalcy, you considered weird. But a lot of people that's weird have an enlightenment about them. You know what I mean? But how
mhm,
big or smaller that number is a different note. You know what I mean? Like we sitting there having this conversation. We're having a conversation if not disagreeing about the different creations. We're having a conversation. You saying they're human. I'm saying they're not human. They're not of man attributes to me. Like we're agreeing, but we're disagreeing to where The beginning is like, okay, spirits is wandering. You saying no, they just dark people, humans. So you know that's just shows how different or how confusing whether either one of us is right or wrong is the different perceptions of things that causes the confusions in the first place.
Mm. And that's why I was just trying to like show that like it like when you I don't even know how to say it, but like I think people read and they just read what's on the page. But when you that's why I was pointing out like if you read the first story, right? Read the story. It shows
Hmm.
where animals and stuff were created before men. It states man and female, them, and told them to go forth and be fruitful. So like even when you were asking like, well, how if
That's what it was. Okay,
like
good. I hear you.
how did you put it? You asked a question on like how did um like why did God have to make man if man was already made? And that's why I was saying if you look, it say go forth and be fruitful. So yeah, men were made, but they were gone already. God made them and told them to go populate and be fruitful, just like he told the animals. You know, I find that for you, right? Oh man, I gotta go over to the bottom of this.
Oh, here it is. I found it. I found it.
Yeah, it's in verse one. I mean, chapter
128.
one. That's the first story.
128.
That's the
Yeah,
very.
but
That's that's not
but
Adam
how?
and Eve.
But well, you listen what I'm saying though, word. If that's the first creation, it can't even be the first creation, though, word. Watch what I'm saying. You saying that's the first creation, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, and God blessed them, and God said unto them, "Be fruitful and multiply and replenish." What does replenish mean?
To put back.
Okay, so you can't put back what was already. That's not the first creation then. If you putting something back, it was already created, correct? And if something was already created, it can't be. It can only be a recreation of something.
Well, that I mean that can be argued as order of operation. If you look at the structure of the sentence, it go forth, be fruitful. You have to plant the fruit, the bear, multiply. You have to. What are you multiplying? The fruit, and once it multiplied, then you replenish. So I mean, order of operation. So he's just telling you, like, giving you orders. Go forth, be fruitful, multiply, and replenish. Like, just telling more like a command. Like, um, do all these things. So also replenish. And the structure of the sentence. I mean, I would look at it
Okay.
that, like, if you were like debating or arguing, that would be a point.
Well, then that would go, but that would go with the Book of Enoch. Then you
Well,
see what I
all of
mean?
the book of Enoch, because this is just an
No,
excerpt. This is just a
no. What
portion of the book.
I got that part.
It keep reference. That's why if you read it, it keep references, and these are the generations because it was multiple
Right.
generations, and this is just only telling one aspect. That's why you
So
hear
even with
people
that
say,
aspect, that's not the first but that's what I'm saying. So even in that aspect, this is not even the first creation. This is just the first creation they're telling. It's not
well,
the first creation. You see what I
if,
mean?
if you put it all, if you put the books together, This is the first creation. He took out the second creation, and Adam and Eve is actually the third creation.
That that makes sense because everything is always a trinity in something.
Yeah, it's three creations
You
total.
see, right? That'll be a trinity of a thing: mind, body, and soul. Father, Son, Holy, all of that. It has to be a trinity to something. But that's what I'm saying. So this is the second. This is the second creation that they're talking about because they go into the third creation after that. You see what I mean?
Well, actually, they don't. This is the second creation. I mean, this is the first creation. Second
Oh,
creation,
okay.
they call at tombs or at ten. Those people um, were. I can't. I'm gonna be responsible. It was something significant in the Book of Enoch uh, that tied those people with the Book of Enoch. I believe it was. I forgot what it was. I think why the Watchers were sent. I had to
Right.
look at the. I had to look at it.
Yeah, I remember that part. Yeah, and then after that, you get Atom and Lilith and Edom and all the rest of them. Noah. You know what I mean? Like I. All right. So when does the third creation occur then?
that creation
Or
happened.
has it, or
It was
let me ask that, or has it occurred already?
yeah, it already happened.
Because some people might say the third creation is the concept of you reaching your Christ-like entity.
No, that's you reaching that is you obtaining Christ. That's like your final form.
But
I
that's you
think
creating it or you finding it. You going into your storehouse and activating it. So there will be people that perceive that will be the third creation.
hold on. I'm trying to give me 1 second. I can't.
Take your time.
Oh, somebody in the background. I can't. Okay, there we go. Okay, hold on. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Hold on. There we go. Tay eats y'all. Tay eats y'all.
Okay, so people got questions in the chat. They
Okay.
asking, they talking to y'all.
My bad.
I'm not. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not even in.
I
I
was
don't
in
even
the
have the
book.
chat up. I'm on my phone. I'm sorry. But let's read some of these questions then. Let's see if we can
Oh,
help. Because
these
we.
Gary. Okay, let Gary hold it down real quick. I gotta go drain the weasel. Um,
Oh my God. What's the question? Tay, could you read some of the questions? Because I can't see the questions.
I think Shay, what it's one already highlighted. Y'all answered that one. Oh, another question: is the brain a creation or a manifestation?
The brain.
I answer that. It's a creation. Crazy. That's why I was laughing.
I was about
Yeah.
to say I don't know if you could manifest a brain. That'll be. I don't want to say an oxymoron, but that'll be kind of difficult to do.
So then, Commander said, "I want to know, how does this information help me today? Is it to realize that we're not all the same, and we walk amongst each other, not on the same spiritual level from the beginning?"
And I tell you how it helped me from what I just said. Like some people, and it made sense. That's why it's like some people unequivocally like, no, religion ain't for me. I'm spiritual. I just know just that those people are complete, you know. But it's some people incomplete. So it just gives me, since I'm empathetic already, it kind of like, okay, I understand. That's why I say I don't want to be banging on nobody religion. That's why I say it like that, because I understand. Like, I know how it feels to be whole, and I can only imagine how it feels not to be whole. So those people are on their journey using whatever tool they're using. That's fine. I just don't like when they weaponize it. So it
Yeah,
humbled me. It helped me understand
I could
people
agree with
better
that.
too. Because some people are on that path and don't know. And that kind of and that's why I can be sitting up here and slaughter all this information really. But if people use it and it works for them, I want them to understand it better. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll know why I feel this disconnection, or why I don't feel it's because, um, it is a process. And that's not to say, like I don't think I'm better than no one. We just different. Some people are whole or complete and some people not. That doesn't make it better in that situation. It don't make it better. It's just some people, you know, um, that's their path, that's their journey, that's their destiny, is to find the divine light. And it's
Yeah,
kind of like my duty to help guide them to it. So it's just like knowing my role, be humble with it and help people versus, try to act superior or more dominant, I guess, you know.
yeah.
And hopefully that humble other
I,
people. If you are
I
whole, you almost it's almost your duty to help people, become whole. It's like a divine duty that you have, you know. But go ahead, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
yeah. So for me, it allows me to understand how how religion confines a process of thought, right? Because if a person, all right, for example, a person believes that they're Christian, right? So they're gonna do everything that happens pretty much in the New Testament. But if you believe that you're Christ like, I believe that Christ like it supersedes any religion, whatever the religion is, right? Because if you're doing things out of the aspect of Christ, which is love, compassion, you know, things of that nature, you're not just gonna just follow whatever they talk about. You're not just gonna be obedient to a master. You're gonna find a way to not be in the servitude mode. You're gonna serve those that need to be served, but not to, you understand, like not to be served by anyone. Like, they always talk about the last shall be first and the first shall be last. There's people that's not even gonna be in that conversation, but you gotta enlighten them to understand that, hey, you can be a better person. But religion has you so much in a box. They always talking about doom and gloom. Well, sin, 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 sin. How do you overcome a sin, right? They just tell you follow to obey God. No, you got to be Christ-like. If you Christ-like, you're going to eliminate some of those sins each and every day. But they don't even teach you that, because the religion is like, okay, if you don't serve God, you're going to hell, right? Or, you know, if you're not if you're not tithing, you going to damnation. They make the religion so scary that if you people already fear that they're going to hell. And then if everybody, that's why you got those holy rollers that doing so, they're so heavily bound that they're no earthly good. You have to show that that concept works on earth as well. You know what I mean? But only Christ was the only one to was the only one to allow people to see that you can strive for that Christ like attribute and it can work, and you don't have to be conformed to the world. Now, however other people would perceive that is up to them. But the fact that you don't have to do what everybody else do, you could do it the way that you do it, as far as love, compassion, so on and so forth, you shouldn't be condemned. But people ain't supposed to be judging you anyway. That's the Christianity part of it. But how many people are here not judging? It's going to be very few. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But that's the religion aspect of things in life. But if you Christ like, you're not here to judge. You're here to enlighten, leave your mark as, I'm doing the best that I can and keep pushing. You help those that ask for help. You reach for those that's not doing well. Because even Christ says, I'm not here to help those that have it. I'm here to help those that don't have it. And if we all doing that, like back in the days, there were people out there talking about Jesus love you, Jesus love you. Now you don't have that aspect no more because everybody has become individualized. When you in a Christ-like attribute, you're an individual, but you're more of a giver than a taker. There's so many people in the religious aspect, they're now takers. They take everything and don't give back to the people that need it. And that's why religion is falling to the wayside as it is, because nobody's doing that actual work that Christ has actually done. If you believe that Jesus Christ gave up his life, no greater love is this, that a man lay down his life for his life. A man lays down his life for a friend. But you ain't even giving a person a French fry, and you see them out there starving. You got 100 French fries, but you won't say, "Yo, take the French fry," because you judging the man like he don't want to eat. If I give him this $5, he might go buy some drugs, or he might go buy some alcohol or something like that. Instead of saying, you know what, let me take you in there, let me give you a meal real quick. But
Okay, so does being
that
Christ like,
Uncle Bill, what up, though? Appreciate you, brother.
so being Christ like, does that mean boundaries? What is that? Did you have to put up boundaries when being Christ like?
you do,
Because Christ like
yeah,
is
you
being,
can.
and so to speak, Christ like, to me, I get the concept of it, but a little bit of it can mean to be docile sometimes. What, and Christ like, because in certain instances, turn the other cheek. When someone do you wrong, you do no wrong. Like things in certain instances, and of course, I'm
Yeah,
not
but
someone that has to retaliate, so to speak. Go ahead.
no, because like I believe that concept is misconstrued too. Turn the other cheek means to get up out of there. Because if you don't get up out of there, you may come out of character. Like even Christ himself, he couldn't turn the cheek one time, and he flipped all the tables out. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yo, y'all bugging right now. You start flipping the tables at the buildings and all of that other stuff. But any other time anything happened, he turned the other cheek. He got up out of there. They were trying to stone him. He got up out of there before they could pick up the stones. They was trying to kill him for several times, and he got up out of there. That's turning the other cheek. You getting up out of danger. That's what turning the other cheek means to me. It don't mean you get to turn around and, all right, y'all spank this other one, and I'm gonna sit there. Christ did not sit there for all of that. He did that one time, and that's when they ended up taking his life. But that's the misconception to me of turning the other cheek. Because, like I said, when he was out there trying to save Mary Magdalene, or whatever Mary that was, they was trying to stone her. He got up
It's
out of there because
literally,
they
I don't
waited.
think it's literally a misconception. That's what they teach.
I know that, but
That's
but
literally what
that's
they
what I'm
teach,
saying.
is to not,
They're wrong.
to,
They're wrong is what I'm saying. Just like now they're coming to the realization that, oh, tithing wasn't about money. Tithing was never about money. But y'all went and told these people that they had to tithe their income. That's not what tithing was. You don't put money into a storehouse. You put food into the storehouse. That's what tithing was. But they did that so they can gather themselves up. They're building their wealth and not the abundance for the people behind them. Like right now, if you go. you go to these mega churches. How many of these mega churches is putting something back into the community? But y'all telling them to tithe all the time.
Nothing. You got you could drive 5 miles and you'll run past 20 churches. But what are all of these churches doing? You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not saying they don't do anything because you have them doing something. But where is the buildings for certain things for children to play? Like where is all this money going?
In their pockets, because that's not what the tithing was ever about in the first place. Like even in the first murder, they doing a sacrifice. The sacrifice wasn't of no money. It was what you was bringing, what you was doing, right or
Hey,
wrong.
hey, hold on. I want to
The
make an
blemishing
announcement.
of
I want to
that
make a
word.
quick. I want to make a quick announcement. We will be starting the Church of the Word. Feel free to
I
tap.
can't stand this.
You play the fuck. You play too much.
Feel free to tap. I will. I will put back into this community the 9%. I will. I promise you. I would. I have given away into this community. I plan on doing that when I take care of some of these other bills. But yeah, if y'all want to donate to the Church of the
And that's
Word,
it. And,
when I
and
get
that's
the merch,
exactly what's happening.
when I get the merch, I will be giving out. With once I reach my first 100 donations, I will be giving out merch. When we get it, we ain't got it yet. I will be doing $10 cash apps for every $300 I receive. I mean, for every thousand. I'm sorry. For every thousand I
You
receive, I
play
will
too
be.
much.
I
That's not
quit,
even a
man.
tenth. That's one
I
percent.
appreciate
Oh, you
that, man.
terrible.
I was trying
I'm
to. I was
denouncing
trying
right
to play
through.
it up. I was trying to play it up. Let me stop, man. If I get in trouble,
But nah, but
somebody
that's what
take
I'm
me
saying. Like
serious.
those type of situations, it gets like that, and that's the misconception of what they keep constantly doing. They say it's one thing, and then they want to
So
come
why
back
isn't this
years
explained
later.
in these religions?
Say that again.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You was breaking up. That's why I asked you to say it again.
Drop down. I'll be back.
No,
Okay.
you was cool.
So,
You was cool.
but you're like I said, like if you look at Cain and Abel, right? Cain and Abel, it was supposed to been because one of them didn't give the right type of sacrifice to God. It's the same thing with
Drivers,
tithing.
what up?
If it ain't for the right, if it ain't for the right, the kindness of your, first of all, you ain't supposed to do none of that without without kindness in your heart. You got to be a cheerful giver.
I think the biggest part that I explained even went over your head, bro.
Yeah, what you say?
You ain't notice how Yahweh didn't pop up until the second creation story.
No, I heard that part. I got that part. I got that part. That's why I didn't even. I left it alone because that's why I said when you say Yahweh, you meant Yahweh Elohim. Because even if you say Yahweh Elohim, it still makes sense. I caught that
And
because
where
you
it had
can't
to.
have Yahweh and Elohim. Because if you got Elohim, it's not just Yahweh there. Who else is there?
I will have to, bro. I'm gonna have to break that down one day. I'm gonna break the word Yahweh down for you. I'm gonna break it down for you, bro. I just need my notes
Okay,
because I
okay,
don't want to do
break it down. You want to do it right? I got you.
it.
But the fact that like even that word Elohim, if it's more than one God, how you gonna say Elohim is just a God? And that's
See,
what I'm saying. From the beginning, they take things and make it to where it's their liking. They want it to fit their narrative.
and it like even like when I told you God got a wife. Look, man, you can. This is it's in Gnostic text. I always told you that, right? It's in Gnostic text.
Hmm.
I'm not saying
But why they
is
never
in it,
mention
but
the wife? Do any of the religions mention the wife?
Gnostic religion do. And then other Um, oh, I put good white, and then other denominations. I forgot the name of it, but it's some denominations of Christians who they used to worship God's way. Hold on, it's right here. I can't believe like
Really?
people didn't even know. Y'all didn't know this? Like
Know what?
I'm serious. God had a wife that like um
No, because it's not spoken of.
oh man. But see
It's not.
I a lot of
It's
this I
not
learned at
spoken.
school.
Nah, see, that's the thing, right? If you take Greek mythology, right? They speak of them having wives, right? If you speak of every other
His wife
religion,
is
they have it,
Ashera?
except for Christianity, or except for the whatever you want to call this religion, Judaism, Christianity. They don't speak about no wife.
And this is the key word, Semitic. Most of the books is
Uh,
written in Semitic languages. Hebrew.
mm.
Hmm.
Word. That is his wife?
Hmm.
Shut the fuck up. I mean, wow.
But if
Okay.
but if they don't speak about it, how will like that like these conversations that you have, and if you don't have it, you I promise you, you can't. If you go to any church, ask God who's God's wife, they won't know what you're talking about.
They tell
God ain't
you it's a
married.
polygon. Yeah, they tell you
God had
it came from a
God
tribe.
conceived Jesus all by himself. That's what they would tell you.
No, it's nothing but man, man, man. That's it.
Hmm. But it's for a
That's why we,
He. That's it. No
you know,
she.
they're looking at time periods. Look what was going on around that time. Look what this was used for. At this time, the whole world was worshiping women as goddesses. These people came and said, man, look, if you look through history, I would say the whole monotheistic push was to take the female god away, to eliminate the female god. Because the female goddesses were more revered than the male goddesses.
because even if you think like, let's just use common sense. Okay, so God is just gonna create everything. He gonna create a woman that's not in his image. How does that work? Because he know everything. He know what a woman's. He know what a woman would look like. He know what a woman is. He know what's gonna happen. How they gonna produce. One could even say that's why the first creation was no good, because they couldn't create right, because God did it wrong. You see what I mean? So how did he get the thought of creating from the womb? Where did he get it from? He just closes his eyes. Oh, I see it now. I'm a paint it. Nah, that's not how that goes.
God came from a womb. But
That's all I'm
I think,
saying.
you know what people, I try to introduce things slowly to people, but there's a reason it says Elohim, right? And if you look at the book, that God, even in the book, right, that God created the heavens and the earth, didn't create everything, created heaven and earth, didn't create the universe.
Mm-hmm.
John, when you go to John, John try to come and say that, you know, but no. So
Commander says, how does anybody know how it goes? And if you scroll up, I think Shay had like one or two more questions. I'm sorry, I have forgot when you came back from the restroom that she had those questions. So I'm gonna drop back
But
down.
yeah, they
it's
hold on,
all
stay
it's
for
all how
one
you
second.
see. Thank you, Tay.
No, she can't go nowhere. She got to stay for 1 second.
No, I'm saying she said she
The
dropped it down. I'm saying
Christian
thank you for reading the comments. That's all.
is the
You
church.
we're trying to make you stay. We're trying to make you work,
Yeah,
Tay. He think he's slick.
1 second. Writers, what up, though, sis? What up, Rach? Hold on, did I get to it? It won't tell you because they are not breaking you away from the woman exactly. I mean, late. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. How does anybody knows how it goes? It's a divine, like me personally, like is like some things I know I can't explain because you can only know through an experience. You will only know through an experience. It's just some things like you can't explain, but um,
Nothing
like
can move you
if
from your
people
faith.
yeah, if people understand like the Akashic record, like I know everybody just throw that around and say it, but like you can, like your dreams are an out of body experience, right? You ever like something happen in your dream and you suddenly wake up and your heart racing and pounding? That's your body reacting to the out of body experience, but um, is I don't even know how to say it, but I've like is you end up knowing. That's all I can say. I don't even know no other way to explain it. Like once you, um, it's like almost having access to a book that people can have access to. They just got to walk very far to get it, and the people haven't started the trip yet. But you already been there and back. If that
Mm.
makes sense. So, no matter what I say, that's on the way. You either go believe it or not, but you know, you might not because it sounds crazy. So that's a bad analogy.
But understand, everybody, like we can't, like he just said, we can't take from your personal experience, right?
Yeah.
You, one way or another, you came from believing to knowing, right? So your doubt became was eliminated because you now know. That's what they call faith. Because you had to experience something to say, you know what, that really happened, and now I believe what I believe. Or no, excuse me, I know what I know because you no longer believe because now for you it's damn near a fact to you, right? So something had to happen in order for you to get to that knowing, that faith. So we're not here to discourage anybody. It Our conversation may even make your faith even stronger. Who knows? It's just information that's being put out so you can dissect it yourself. If it applies, if it applies. If it don't, let it fly. That's the best way to put that. Because at the end of the day, what you know is what you know. Whatever you depict or get from this is only gonna, if it adds to you, then that's what's up. If it doesn't, you leave it on the table.
But I think, yeah, I hope my intention was just to give clarity and to show, it's too, um, and like I said, because everyone's journey is different. That's why, like, um, and that's why I showed it from that aspect, not more of a like this is not real or this is fairy tale, but just looking at what it says and putting that into context. That's why I did it like that. Because I could have just said, "Oh, this shit is fake. Look at this," but no, I ain't gonna do nothing like that. But let
Nah,
me switch
supernatural
device.
is real.
Let me switch devices real quick.
Supernatural is real. I don't know what you're talking about, word. Don't tell them that. But nah, it's just like I said, it's just information. Like we read text, we read scripture, we had a conversation about it. Hey, you saying there's two creations, whether you agree or not. We just read the text and elaborated. We ain't coming out of the clear blue sky with nothing. We use actual text. There's some places that just have conversations and don't even use text. There's people that preach that don't use text. So, you know, the fact that we're using text to decide or discuss something, it should be, a little bit of a understanding that we're trying to dissect the actual text that's being used by everybody. Right? I'm about to say I'm
I
seeing things.
got
I see two words.
yeah. I had to come back as the bird. Can you hear me?
Oh Lord.
I got
Peanut butter
I
patty
got
time.
no. I got smoke for text. I had to wait till I get
Uh
outside because
oh.
I ain't want to wait. I ain't want the kids to wake up.
Why you got smoke for Tay?
The text still on the panel. And then she drop off.
She's up there. I believe she's up there. She might be on mute, but she up there.
Yeah, I got smoke for Tay because she said she was gonna grill me, and I ain't getting no hard questions yet. I ain't getting
Oh
nothing
shit.
yet. Can I get a hard question? Can you hit me with something?
I just like the way how you just try to simmer it down. Like it's that question ain't you very good with what you do. I give you that. Especially the way you broke down that replenish thing. Boy, that was nice. I give you that. You, I don't believe you, but it was nice. I'm just saying.
More important structure of the text. I mean,
Hold
it's
on. You
right
breaking
now.
up. Hold on. You breaking up. You moving. Stay still. We back at
Your
the five
sound.
below mic. We have Five Below
Can
mic.
you
Come
hear me?
back.
Can you hear me now?
No. No. Timu, Mike.
Not T-Mobile, Amazon. Stop hating.
Oh, that
You
motherfucker
ain't get that from the
got
Prime
Amazon.
deal.
Okay, can you hear
You
me now?
you
No.
no.
Oh,
Terrible.
You got the Book of Enoch
Basura.
mic. It ain't working. You got the Book of Enoch mic. It ain't working. You gotta go out of space with it.
Basura.
okay, okay, okay. Y'all just want to rush now. Why is not letting me switch my
Basura.
microphone?
Trash. Don't even talk.
Chat, could y'all tell him?
Trash.
Could y'all tell him what it is, chat? Because he don't believe us on the panel. He ain't listened to us on the panel,
Y'all just
so
got it. Y'all
can't do
just
nothing.
got it because y'all trying to shut me up. I'll be back.
We can.
Yeah, he dropped. I am your father,
Yes.
Luke. Wait, what? I am your. It's a lot to process, everybody. Let's just be honest. What we're talking about is a lot to process. What we're talking about is a lot to process. But it's like I said, it's information for you guys. That's all we can do is give y'all information. What you do with it is what you do
Now,
with it.
what's popping now?
Oh
Is
boy,
that
here we
better?
go. Right now it is. Go ahead. We lost him.
No, it's okay.
It's. Oh, he got on the phone.
What up, man?
Hi,
What up,
Commander.
nine? Hey, hey,
We hear you loud and clear, Commander. We don't know about Mister
nine.
Five Below over there.
He's working it out.
Now,
I think it's
now
every
that,
time he goes outside, it gets like that.
That's why.
yeah, I went outside.
It sounds
I had to
real, real
take the
bad.
dog out. I didn't want her pooping in my house. She would not, for some reason, she didn't want to come out without me. So I tried to let her out twice. And stop jumping on me. Let me alone.
Mm-hmm. We ain't
I'm
trying to
not
let you
playing
live
with
right
you.
now.
Now she want to play. She want to go for a walk. I don't feel like walking.
Commander, you got any questions?
Well, no, what I wanted to say is not all churches are bad. Like some churches do good things with their tithing and help out their congregation. And I feel like just like how we were talking about, okay, not everybody's the same, like spiritually. Maybe from the start of their creation when they were born. There's people who need church. Like we can have a relationship with God and be spiritual without being part of a religion or a church, but I feel like it's the same thing as like us believing that if you work out, it's healthy for you, right? Some people can work out at home by themselves, and there's others that need to join a group to be like encouraged and like they need a little extra help. And then maybe afterwards they can go off on their own. But there's some people that have to start somewhere, and it's through a church. They can't just work
Absolutely.
out at home.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
that's why I
Absolutely.
was saying, like me knowing this gives me the level of empathy to understand that there's still people out there, on a path, on a journey, and it's people who are home. A lot of those people are drawn to, help people like that. So yeah, it's definitely some. My grandfather had a church. He was a bishop, and he helped the community. He used to go pick up people, and after every church service, he would cook and feed people. That was just how he did it. He made sure the people, like when he collected tithes and stuff, the people needed help on bills and stuff. He used to help them. He used the money as like a fund for the people for the church. So he actually used tithes, even in a modern way, the way it was supposed to be used. It's supposed to be used similar to one of the pillars in Islam, you know, where people put in, the wealthier put more in. That way, when people need help, you have a community fund. That was the original concept of the tithes, but it was with like food and clothes and, with goods. So
Hmm.
yeah, I definitely believe in that. That's everybody, journey is different. That's what I said. Some people need like Islam. Some people use Buddhism.
Mm-hmm.
Some people use different
Hmm.
things. What happens is like when we use the word perversion yesterday, when they take something from the original state and uh, degrade it or make it, you know, lesser than what it was, not what it was originally for. So when people weaponize religion or use religion to take advantage of other people, that's when it becomes bad. But other than that, it's a tool, just like spirituality.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. But you have to ask yourself this too, Commander. Agree. I agree that not every church is, not taking the money and doing something responsible with it. But why do we have 50, 11 churches on each corner and the world is still the way it is today? You have to ask yourself that too. A lot of people
Yeah,
And
go
how
to
many of
church.
those churches is closing?
A lot of people are religious and in these churches and going to churches every Sunday or whenever they go. Why is it still hectic? Like,
right. Yeah, it's true. It's
It,
true.
it's
I
like
try to take
even
the
in a,
good and leave the bad. Like I just try to take
you,
the good and leave the bad.
did you know this, Commander? Like from the Bible, from biblical, there's only a certain group of people who are actually supposed to be teaching the Bible in the first place.
yeah.
So even from that aspect, if we did it like it was supposed to do, I think you'll get the results you're supposed to get. But because everybody got their hand in it, you gonna have the right people and the wrong people. And unfortunately, we got a large sum of wrong people doing the wrong thing, and now we get um, examples of the wrong results too often.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, it's
like
just like the gym.
YouTube, right?
Some people go to the gym for the wrong reasons. They go to look at girls, or they get all fanatical, just
Hmm.
like in religion. They get all fanatical with their working out. And then you got the ones that don't hardly go at all. And they're just paying into the gym. They're paying into the gym and they just go to like pretend just to make
You
themselves
you
look
paying
good,
them,
right? To other people. Oh, I go to the gym.
you just paying a monthly fee and you ain't been there not one time. Like, why would you do that? But it doesn't make any sense, you know. And
Cause you
then you
might
got
use
those
it one
same
day.
people. Yeah, but that's the story of our lives. We're gonna do something we may need it one day, but then that one day is at the bitter end. Oh, I believe you now. Save me. But what was you doing for the last 40, 50 years, 25, 30 years, or however many years you was doing? But the way that they try to scare people into doing certain things, right?
Mhm.
That's the thing that's turning people off, right? Like even if you a cheerful giver, that's what makes the offering a success because you're doing it freely, willingly. If they tell you, listen, we ain't going
Right.
no further until we get $1,000 out of the pool, out of the audience. Not, how is God in the place if you forcing it? God don't. Y'all say God don't
Yeah.
force nothing, but y'all forcing these people to do things, and then when they give you $1,000, they turn around and say, "Well, I couldn't pay my bill. I need $200." Well, go ahead and go pray. Where the storehouse at?
We'll pray for you.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
pray for you. What happened to the storehouse? Will a man rob God? Where say they rob God in tithe and offering? Okay, bring meat, all the time to the storehouse where there will be meat in my house. Where's the meat? Where's the storehouse? You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But
Yeah.
they'll
I
say,
think it
well,
though too.
well, we got to pay this light bill for the church. We need the extra $400. So you want me to pay? Well, what if we turn around and say, well, you the pastor? What God say? Oh, you get kicked out the church for that. See what I mean? But
Yeah,
you
I
ain't
would
supposed to
never
question
belong
God.
to a church that's gonna kick me out for not tithing. I feel like there's
The
probably a
church
lot of
ain't.
people who don't tithe.
They ain't, and a lot of people ain't going to tithe because they're not doing it cheerfully. I'm not. Listen, I got a light bill to pay. I'm not giving you my $50 because I made $500 this week.
But I've seen
Yeah,
I've
I'm
seen
not.
my money multiply when I tithe. I've seen it multiply. And I think it's like when you give to a homeless person, you don't know what they're going to do with the money, but you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, that's you. That's you being a blessing. So you do unto others as you want done unto you. You reap it. You reaping what you sow. You reaping that you reap that you're a blessing. So you gonna sow blessings coming back to you. But even when they pray over the tithing, right? When may they get it back 100-fold. How many people's getting their money back 100-fold for tithing? If I get it back
Right.
100-fold, you're gonna get 10% of my 100-fold. That's why you praying it. You praying for me to get it so you can get it. Cause oh look, it did it. I can do it more. I can do it more. I can do it more. Nah, but you gotta be a cheerful tither to do it. If you doing it out of the malice of your heart, it's not even receptive. That's why, like I said, that's why one of the twins got killed because he did it wrong and he killed his brother because his brother did it right. But they're not even speaking about that type of stuff. They making it just a tradition. Just keep giving, just keep giving, just keep giving. But there's people out here. If you go out there to the food pantry, there's like out of all of those churches, 35 churches, and maybe five of them that's helping the community with giving out food or something to that extent. That's not good. So where's all this money going? But I see you pulling up with a new
To the sports
Jaguar or a
cars,
new, yeah, with the sports
big
car.
house,
Yeah, look,
vacations,
we just got
nice
a mansion.
clothes.
We're gonna expand the church. That ain't tithing. We giving you our tithings for you to expand the church, but there's only 10 people in the church. Wait a minute, what's going on here? It's the things that they do. They're turning people away from the quote unquote religion. That's why a lot of people are gaining more understanding at home because they sitting there, they taking their time, they letting it register into their mind, their heart, their soul. And oh wait a minute, Jesus said this, this, and this. Let me see if that works. Okay, I need to sacrifice myself in order to become better. Like I said, all of these religions, but nobody fasts when Christ was supposed to fast. I've never understood that to this day. I thought we supposed to be Christ-like. Well, why nobody talking about fasting like not even the way that Christ did? Because we, God forbid, somebody fast 40 days and come back whole. No, do intermittent fasting. Do those type of things. See if it draws you closer to God or not. See if you gain the Christ-like attributes. But people don't even do that. They all right. We just fasting when we fast. All right. Well, if that's what works for you, that's what works for you. So the the religious aspect is what's holding everybody back. I just believe that if you do like Christ, if you grow in Christ like attributes, I think it just supersedes all religions. That's just me though.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Lady Shay, appreciate you, sis. Man, y'all done kept me up. I supposed to been asleep. I gotta get up in a
You
couple
kept
hours to go to the dentist.
you kept yourself from trying to get these hard questions. You ain't slick.
The questions was fun. They wasn't even hard.
I know but you try to get Tay talk about she ain't asking no hard questions. Like I said, you just very good with your wordplay. I appreciate you though.
To be continued, Lady Shay.
To be continued. But this was a great conversation. Shout out to Tay Eats. It was all because of Tay. But yeah, if y'all want to talk about anything else, there's a couple other things I do. I'm gonna have fun breaking down. But I just wanted to show, and I hope y'all seen like not only, especially the context, how it's two creation stories, and just clear that up because people often mix that, especially like when men be arguing with women. They say, "Oh, God told us to go forward to be fruitful." He told man and woman that. Both man and woman was told to go forth and be fruitful. Adam was not told to go forth and be fruitful. Um, so yeah, it's just a couple aspects of those stories. Um, I wanted to clear up. You know, um, so yeah, y'all want to say something? Oh, how did I get over here? Okay, I'm back.
Nah, I mean, like I said, we appreciate the conversation. Word, we thank Tay for coming up with the topic. But like I said earlier, it's just information for you guys. That we use the text. We had a conversation about it. We're not here to discourage your faith in whatever you know it works for you. It works for you. It's not to discourage.
Know how to use it better, if anything. But
Sagittarius, I wish you would have spoke on that. That way we could have had a conversation where it could have talked about it. But I was gonna grill, but I feel like Gary was grilling you enough word, cause he was asking you some stuff. So I just kind of backed off.
the
Yeah, he
the
slid up out a lot of the topics. He ain't slick. He is not slick.
well, I didn't slide out of nothing. I answered everything.
No, you didn't, man. You didn't answer the
He
What
was
replenish part.
he
what I
was enjoying
answered?
his
I'm gonna.
sunflower seeds.
Yeah, yeah. He carried them seeds up. Yeah,
Mhm.
he got
What didn't I answer?
the replenish part.
I did. I told you it was order operation.
Order operation.
I tell you, I want you like if you had a duty, and I told you to make sure you do A, B, and C. I'm telling you like the order of operation. Make sure you do this. Like literally telling you to go forth, be fruitful, multiply, and then replenish. Like keep doing it over and over. Look at the context of how the word was used.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he said go to the refrigerator and replenish it, it'd be one thing. But if you was taking over somebody's house for the week and they say make sure you replenish everything,
That means you killed it.
that mean, but what if you
You
don't use
killed
it?
it.
Then you don't have to replenish it. They're saying like
But that
if
okay.
you use anything, make sure you replace it. It's just telling you like to do this.
In order to replenish, in order to replenish, it has to diminish, correct?
Unless you're telling them in future, right? That's what I'm saying. Like everything was just made. So like if you go brand new house, you get a brand new house, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving you the house. And I say, and I give you this stuff. Hey, take this in there and I want you to clean the house. Well, keep the house clean. Keep the house stocked. Replenish it. There's nothing in the house in the first place, but as you put stuff in there, when I come home, you go make sure it's replenished. Is whatever I use, I'm gonna put back.
But
They have to
Whatever.
but if
have
you stock
existed
it,
first before replenishing
thank
it.
you. That's all I'm trying to say. Thank you, Commander. That's all
You
I'm
are
saying.
you
So
are in
in order,
existence
but if you are in existence, how could you replenish something that still exists?
because it's gonna diminish.
So it's going to empty out, right?
So it's like telling you what to do when it happens. Does that make sense? Like
No, no, because that's just like the people that's still waiting for the end of time to come right now. Everybody believe the end of time is now. 100 years ago, people believed that it was still coming. 100 years before that, they still believe it was coming, right? So you telling me that's the same logic that God made back then, or is he trying to confuse us now?
that I can't associate that with the end of time. Like I like that concept because like to replenish something is to replace something. So if you're going into the world to be fruitful, to multiply, see that stuff is like or that's why I said I use the term order of operations. So if you look at it's like giving a command to what to do when it happens. It's like it's like giving. Do that make sense? Like,
No,
um,
because now
No.
I'm gonna give you an example, right? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. What does that mean? You know what that means?
so like, do you like when you like order?
That's an order operation, right?
That's not order. Order of operations is what you do um, in order. Like this is the order
Okay.
you do this in. So if
So
it's
what?
the order of operation, so when it comes to multiplying, be fruitful, right? Be fruitful. Go and create, right? Then multiply. Once you go create, multiply that, and then replenish. Because when that depletes, this is the next order. The order is to replenish.
But the multi. So you're
So
saying the multiplication is going to end?
no, huh? I'm
Well,
lost now.
as
So
children get older, you got to replenish the small children because now they've grown into
you
adults. There's
replenish,
no more
right?
children.
Right. That's like the order. So it's telling you
That's
what to
not.
do
That's not
before
replenishing. That's multiplying. That's being fruitful and multiplying.
it's
That's not replenishing.
replacing it as things get older, it's going to be need to be replaced. So that's why I said the order. You go be fruitful. You plant the seed. Once the seed is planted, it's going to grow fruit. is
Mhm.
that fruit is gonna have seeds. So now you can
Mhm.
replant and multiply. If that tree or if that fruit spoils, replace it. That's what replenish. Replace what's lacking. What leaves. That's why it gave in that order. Go forth, be fruitful, plant the seed, multiply, grow the seed, replenish. Once the seed is it, do it again. Rinse, recycle, repeat. So you just replacing what's missing. I see what you're saying, but I'm like, if you look at the
Okay.
construct, go forth, do this, this, and this. It is literally telling you. So when this happens, just be also remember to replenish, to
But
replace
you can't
what's
use
gone.
repeat and replenish. It's not. It's two different things. Repeat means do it again. It doesn't mean that it's ending. It just means keep
Replace,
going, keep the cycle
replace,
going. Replenish means it's over. It's done. That's
replenish
what
means to
replenish is.
replace.
It's
Is
over.
no replenish means to replace. You're
No,
replacing.
replenish means to means again, right?
Mhm.
What up,
Right.
Bronze?
So what is plenish?
To fill up again.
Okay. That's what it is. That's what it is then. Boy, you good. I swear you so good, word.
No, but I'm saying from like if we like when you comprehend it and you look at the structure of the sentence, it's literally telling you in order. Like it'd be different if it said replenish, multiply, and be fruitful. You know what I'm saying? That'd be different. But it literally gives you the order of operation.
But you can't be fruit. No, because if you replenish, you already being fruitful. No, it's not the same thing. What do you mean?
The order of operation is telling you what to do. Go forth.
I
Be
understand,
fruitful,
but so in other words, so
multiply the
you
fruit, and then replenish when it dwindles. Does that make sense? Go
but if
forth.
but if but if but you said if you put replenish first, no, because that means
No,
you're already
no,
being
no, no, no,
fruitful.
no, 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 no. I said you hearing, you're not listening. I said
Oh
because
no,
that's how
I'm good.
I, as I said, that's how I understood it as the order operation. If they did,
Oh,
then it wouldn't make sense.
okay, got you. Comprende. Okay, you good. You good. Okay. This is why we all here. Word. This is why we here.
Tatum fell up again.
Listen, I'm gonna let you in so you can go in there and scratch his head like that nigga was really asking me some crazy questions. Okay, I'm get.
I'm
This is
gonna
when
come.
Lady Shay's supposed to be coming and be asking these questions. She only against me. It's only me though. I get it. Hi, Lady Shay, but I ain't gonna say nothing. You supposed to like, wait a minute, I have a question, but it's only me. I got you, Lady Shay. We love you though. We appreciate you. I'm just being petty. We love you though. But now
To
on
be
some real now, this is
continued.
yeah, this is to be continued. We had a great conversation. We're gonna let Word get off of here because I know his mind is on fire. He over there thinking about new content right now because we talking about it. So we're gonna let
Mhm.
him go. He got
Gotta
something
go
brewing right
replenish a
now.
tooth in the morning.
Right.
He being fruitful and multiplying right now to replenish all that he just lost in this conversation.
Mhm. I was flossing my tooth and my filling popped out. So I gotta go
Oh
get
Lord.
that. I gotta go get that replenished.
That means do it again. Yeah.
Mhm.
But
But I
on that note,
appreciate
guys,
you.
yeah,
I'm
we appreciate the conversation. We appreciate you giving us the time to have it on the platform, and we are expecting great things within this community that we are calling the 9%, or the village that we are calling the 9%.
in the
My
nine
bad,
we
community.
trust. In the nine we trust.
And the
Good
nine
night,
we trust.
Nine.
Good
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 night,
night.
evening,
nine.
Nine.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hey, we gonna do that 9% food review. I don't know what we gonna call it, but I'm gonna try to do that either tomorrow or the day after that. But we gonna do that soon. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know what I always say. Care about how you feel, and these are the conversations to build nations. And if I say anything that resonated with you, do me a favor, hit that share button. Tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until next time, we out.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take your